Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carl. I'm a recovery coach here at Capital Recovery Center. This is our men in training meeting for the day. And an article I picked is from AmericanAddictionCenters.org. And the topic is 10 ways to take control of your life in addiction and recovery. So there's 10 ways, 10 tips. And here we go. We'll start into it. In 12-step program, participants are often encouraged to acknowledge that they are not in control of their lives, that instead a higher power is in charge. In early recovery, this can be an encouraging thought. Essentially, the idea is that you do not have to worry about what you are going to do next, or if you will relapse, or how people will respond to you in recovery. All you have to do is to show up, stay sober, and consider each choice that presents itself to you by making decisions based on what is best for your sobriety. Later in recovery, as you feel more solid, however, it is like time to take control of your life and determine what direction you would like to take, what you would like to accomplish, and how you want to define yourself now that you are no longer hindered by drugs and alcohol use. Here are 10 things you can do to begin the process and determine what course you would like to take in your recovery. We'll go to number one. Figure out what being in control means to you. Do you feel like you are in control when you are able to walk away from situations that causes you stress without exploding? What? How you doing? Good. Exploding or imploding? Are you hoping to feel more financially secure, having enough money in the bank to manage whatever surprise expenses comes your way? Is your schedule a place where you want to feel like you are in charge? Choosing your work schedule, being able to travel when you are what you like, decide what you need to have happen to feel like you are in control in your life. So this article we have here is 10 ways to take control of your life in addiction and recovery. A lot of times we can cause harm always trying to take control of things, instead of like praying and leaving it to our higher power. Or sometimes I've learned through the recovery process is one to take control of my life and one to step back, right, and let somebody help me. And sometimes we just have to not do anything at all and let things, they're going to unfold how they're going to be, So I have to realize when I'm not in control and when can I, take the lead to be in control. Um, Number two, accept your past. The only way to move forward is to acknowledge where you have been and the role your experiences have played in creating who you are today. No matter what that looks like, the fact is that you would not be who you are now without those experiences. In some cases, they may actually serve to help you identify your purpose going forward. Very, I like that. You know what I mean? Accepting your past. And I think that takes time. You know what I mean? That takes time. That takes work. And because now it's talking about like the purpose, right? Because my past is my past. I've done what I've done, right? I might not like some of it, but I have to accept it. But now I can use my experience to help somebody else out. Like, whatever the case may be, I did this, I did that, seen this, been through that, and somebody coming into recovery has been through the same thing, but they're having a hard time to like acknowledging and accepting and understanding why they've done it or what they're going through. And then that person shares with that person. It's just like a chain reaction. Our experiences are a gift now. That's our purpose is to give back and share with others that with the things that we've done and been through, so they can share with somebody else. We'll go to number three. Accept your current situation. You're aware you are blame, guilt, regret, and anger. None of these serve to change your position. Getting focused, however, and taking control of your life can help you alter anything that is not to your liking in your current situation. Not to our liking, huh? um, Accepting your current situation. That goes to like staying in the moment. You know, we not like where we're at, or we're not where we want to be, but we're supposed to be. Not living in the past, not focused on the future, but living in the here and now can help you a lot more. Staying in the moment, staying in today. Not projecting, or like living in regret. It's not good for the spirit. You know what I mean? Our attitudes can change because of it. Um, so accepting your current situation. So I like these 10 tips. Like if you can um, focus on some of these tips that can help you better your life in the current moment. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, I'm having a hard time, going through a tough situation. I can look at some of these tips and go through them and try to check some of these off to like better your spirit. We'll go to number 4. Know what your values are. What do you prioritize in your life? What means the most to you? Choosing direction that allows you to live out a value that is close to your heart can serve to keep you motivated, inspired, and sober and clean. I like that. Know your values. When I was in addiction, I didn't have morals. I didn't have values. I didn't have self-respect. I didn't have boundaries. Everything was about chaos and all kinds of malarkey, right? But like today, I know some of my values, but I have to realize I can't push my values on others, right? What I believe and what I stand for is not always what somebody else is going to, I'm putting expectations on people, and I always get let down when I think my morals and values are solid and I think they're good, right? And they're maybe good for me, but like it doesn't jive with somebody else. So I gotta, for me, that's one of my defects is like pushing my values and morals and my opinions on others. You know what I mean? Number 5, identify what you want to change. Get specific. Yeah. Think about where you live, your day-to-day schedule, what you do for a living, how you feel when you wake up, and how you feel when you are with people who play the largest roles in your life. Notice what causes you anxiety, discomfort, or agitation. Pick one of these that is the easiest to fix and start there. So he's taking like an inventory to see some of the things. We all have room for growth and all room for change. Um, and we can work on these things. We don't have to run to drugs and alcohol to try to fix something that can be fixed with good coping skills, right? Easy solutions today. We're staying a solution, not the problem. So we have to find out what we have to change and what, we have a lot of good qualities. You know what I mean? We have some defects, but like we can there's always room for growth. That's what I've learned. There can be a constant change that we can work on. So is there anything that you would like to change in the current moment? I have to put you on the spot, but like I'll share some stuff with you too. If I have to, some things I would like to change.
Nothing. I don't really think I got anything to change. I've been sober. I've been just doing fine, I guess.
That's good. That's good. I have to work on some patience and tolerance, stuff like that. Be more understanding, be more loving, more caring, it's like that's why we talk about like in recovery a daily reprieve. Like today's today, I can deal with certain situations and have more time and patience today or in this moment, but tomorrow's a different day. So I have to wake up a lot of times, pray, and like be aware who I am, and what the world and people have to offer today. Like, you know what I mean? So like I always have to be aware of my surroundings and like I'm good today, but tomorrow is going to be another day. So I'm going to have to start the process all over again. Right. So it's like, getting to know who you are. You know what I mean? Definitely we have a lot of things to work on. Like I said, today's today, but tomorrow it's like I'm gonna have to work on something different tomorrow.
Even though it might feel like a normal day or not just another day, but another day is another day.
Yeah. But like I can look back and I'm like, well, I dealt with it different this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or what can I do different on this part of my relationship? Or just there's a lot of factors that can make your day go a lot smoother. So the next one is 6. Create a plan to make it happen. In some cases, you may be able to make simple changes, but if you are working to take control of your life on a grand scale, you are going to want to map out a more detailed path to accomplishing your goals. It can help to make a list of all you want to achieve. Pick the one that is the simplest and create a program that will help you get there. For example, if you want to improve mood, decrease likelihood of illness, and improve your ability to stay sober, start by going to bed and getting up at the same time each day. Regularly restore sleep will empower you in the accomplishment of all the other changes that are coming. So if you don't know where to start, this is a great place to begin. So it's creating a plan to make it happen. So I guess I get out of that is like you can wake up and map out your day. You know what I mean? Usually it's like a routine. Usually for me that's a great start. Is get up, I read a couple of things, go to work, do my work, go to the meeting, I do stuff, positive stuff. I become a productive member of society, right? I'm not intentionally causing harm. Hit on some of these key factors, right? That's what we're talking about, some of these key points. It makes my day go by easier. So it's definitely creating a plan and getting a routine for me that is obtainable. I don't try to stretch myself out. I keep it simple, right? If I'm overwhelming myself, I'm trying to do everything, and you can get jammed up that way. You get frustrated, and then some things get left on the wayside. So it's like I keep my life simple as possible. 7, identify your motivation. What keeps you going? Inspired, excited. List why you want to do what you want to do and refer back to the list when your attention wanders or you begin to forget why you are working so hard. So identify your motivation. My motivation is to keep staying clean. Um, don't use no matter what. My motivation is like I want to live. I don't want to die no more. That's what my motivation is. I look at it, life is too short today. The world is in for me, it's my opinion, is in chaos. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and I want to live my life content, peaceful. Um, and I'm trying to, like I said, my motivation is to live long as I can and help others. You know what I mean? Because it's been done for me. We'll go to number 8. Manage your emotions. Emotional responses to your situation, people, and sudden changes are normal, but they cannot stop you from being in control of what happens to you and how your life will proceed. We cannot control what others do to us, but we can control how we respond. That's a good one. The change in our lives, in almost every case, a huge emotional reaction is only going to complicate matters and cause more difficulties. Instead, take a step back, respond however you like privately, and then take a deep breath and focus on how you will adjust and adapt it to your new things happening in your life and relationships. So that's a good one. We can control how we react, but we can't control how others treat us. And I look at it like recovery has taught me to have patience at times and don't act out, stuff like that. Don't cause harm. But what do you do when stuff is hitting you right in the face, right? Say you're getting disrespected, this happens, this, right? And it's like, how do I not react? Right? How do I react in a decent way? That stuff's hard. That stuff don't happen overnight. That takes practice. And like most of the time it's just like walking away. But like I have to work on how I react to things. Because I can go flipping out the mouth, waving my hand, getting frustrated, but like what's that going what's that gonna do? Right? Somebody's going to get hurt, right? Or somebody's going to need a jail, can lead to death. It's just the pros and cons. If I can step back and hit that pause button before I react, it talks about respond however you like privately. So if I like took myself out of the equation, right, and gave myself like a self talk before I responded, usually it will go a lot smoother, I would think, right? But have to work on that pause button. Like, man, I want to say this or I want to do this, but what's it going to cause? So I'll do the pros and cons and like, nah, that's just causing more harm and more chaos. So I just should not say anything or I should respond in a more loving and caring way, which it's tough. It definitely is tough, something I got to work on for sure. We'll go to number 9. Work on attitudes and perspectives that may be holding you back. If you feel like you're often out of control, the victim of others, or otherwise being inhibited by outside sources from getting what you want, it may be time to address some of the assumptions you may not even realize you hold. In many cases, you will find that these are actually stopping you from gaining the control you want in life, and that shifting these will help you live life on your terms. That's good stuff. Working on your attitudes and perspectives. I think we all need to work on our attitudes and our perspectives. We always need a attitude adjustment. I sure do sometimes, right? If my perspective is one way, and I'm not looking at it on your perspective or not putting my foot in your shoes, then looking at it on a different way. Usually, what it is, I'm closed-minded, right? And usually, when we get closed-minded, well, we don't have room for change. We don't have room for growth. So I have to be willing to listen and listen without judgment, and really, listen to you and take into consideration how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and sometimes apply it to my life, So it's always definitely good to have a attitude adjustment, right? And I definitely keep an open mind for a different perspective. Um, Very important. We can't run off of our own juice and have it one way, because it just doesn't work that way. And we'll go to the last one is number 10. Prioritize self-care, getting good sleep, quitting smoking, getting and maintaining a healthy weight, seeing a doctor regularly, getting under dental checkups, undergoing recommended mental and physical health screenings, making of positive choices that help you to stay healthy will help you to be at your best no matter what comes your way. When you're taking control of your personal health and wellness, you're in a better position to take control of your other areas of your life. And I agree with that. If you're taking care of yourself, we're not using drugs and alcohol, we're eating healthy and we're sleeping good. We're touching on our things in recovery. Like, why would we want to use drugs and alcohol? Sometimes it happens that we use drugs and alcohol when things are bad, when things are good. You know what I mean? But like, I realized today that drugs and alcohol is not going to fix my life. Whatever I'm going through, it's not going to fix it. It's only going to make it worse. And taking care of ourselves, is important mentally, physically, and spiritually. If we touch on them 3 things, we're unstoppable. I've learned in recovery, like sky's the limit. We can do anything in recovery. We have a lot of tools, we have a lot of resources, we have a lot of help. But self-care is very important. You don't keep yourself last. You always got to keep yourself first in most cases, because if you don't take care of yourself and if you don't put your recovery first, that'll be the first thing that goes. And there's a little part here that says, what will you do first to take control of your life and recovery and make your day-to-day experiences everything you want and need it to be? So I want to ask you for self-care. Do you do anything for self-care?
Yeah, like let's say if I don't get good sleep, like I try to get like try to get a nap in,
During the day?
Yeah, like let's say if I woke up like grouchy or something like that, like
Mhm.
that may affect others later on. Like
Yeah.
if I do hang out with people and like my grouchiness, like
Rub it off on people.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I rather like he says in the article, like get your rest so it won't like something said about affecting people or something like that.
Yeah. Yep. It can affect you because you're like, yeah, we're attitudes
Yeah,
change.
yeah,
But then we're grouchy and we're upset, whatever. And then
Mhm.
sometimes we take it out on other people.
yeah.
And then we got a situation there, all because just sleep.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's always good to get rest. These things are important. Getting sleep, eating good. I gotta work on that myself, eating better. It makes you feel good. Regular exercise and stuff like that. Keep yourself healthy, man. And that was our end of our article, man. I appreciate you coming in, Giovanni. It's always good to see you. That was our men in training meeting for the day, and that's 10 ways to take control of your life and addiction recovery. And the article is by AmericanAddictionCenters.org. So if you like this article here, AmericanAddictionCenters.org. And my name is Carl. I'm a recovery coach at Cap Recovery Center. And that's it for the day. See you later.
Mhm.